Hey everybody, welcome to the channel, and this is a particularly weird angle, especially if you're a regular viewer, but I have a gigantic monitor down here that I'm actually reviewing right now. I'm actually going to do a video for it later on, but I just wanted to let you know I'm not trying something new here. I really don't like the camera being that high up, but I don't have another choice at this point. But what I have gathered you all here today for is actually a mic arm. It's a really interesting one, and it's a bit of a budget mic arm. It's this one from Fulaim. In the box, you get the instructions, Velcro ties for cable management, and a little tiny Allen key, and you get the arm itself, which is actually a pretty interesting one because it's all one piece. Usually the clamp is separate. You put that on the desk and then you just slide the arm into it. Not so with this one. Also something I really like, look how absolutely compact this is when it's all folded up. It folds up really nice. The clamp itself has nice padding on both sides to keep it from sliding around, also to keep you from damaging your desk. And overall the build quality is really nice. It's a nice sturdy metal. It's not light by any means. And also something I appreciate, it actually comes with an adapter, so you don't have to rely on buying one or hoping that your microphone comes with one. You get the two different sizes. So this is the mic arm all set up in front of me. Now there's some things I like about it and a few things I don't. Let's get into it. Right now I have the Rode PodMic USB hooked up to it with a USB cable running through the arm itself. Now it leads to the first thing that I like and the first thing that I dislike about this mic arm. First off, I love that it has big wide channels for cable management, but I don't love that it's wide open like this. I like to have something covering it where you can slip it in, maybe remove it so you could feed the cable through and then pop it back on. I always found the Velcro tie solution to be a really mediocre solution when it comes to something that's so pretty as this. So if you didn't want to create the parts to actually cover these things up, it would have been nice to have something in here that actually captured the cables, so then you didn't have to worry about using the ties. Because to me, they look really out of place. They don't look like they should be there. They look like you rigged up a solution that you guys didn't have. Something that I do like, here at the end of the mic arm, you actually have two different access points. So you've got one that goes up and down like this. It's very tough when you get it out. I'm sure it loosens up a bit, but yeah, it is a bit tough. And then you have this access point right here, so I can go back and forth like that as well. And then when your mic already has a mount, you actually have a third access point, so you can really customize how you have this thing pointed at you. Whereas if you have a microphone that doesn't have its own mount, thinking something like the Razer Siren Mini, you still have two access points here, so you still have a lot of control over how it's pointed at you, and it's not just like a straight bullet. And something that I both love and don't love about this mic arm is actually the color choices that you have. Now, the model that I have here is their space gray model. They also have a silver model and a black model. While the space gray and the silver are both beautiful colors, they don't match up to almost any microphones. So you can get a weird disparity between the rest of your setup and your mic arm. And if that means something to you, then it's something you need to consider. But it does come in black. So if you have black microphone, black setup, all that kind of stuff, then you've got a perfect match. I'd love to see them offer this in a white too, because that light aesthetic is pretty hot right now. And the other thing I love is just how much this thing tucks away when you're done with it. See, now you can see that it's all folded up. It's just over here. You can just barely see it now, and it's just so much more out of the way for me. Like, for example, right now I'm using the Elgato mic arm LP, and this has a lot of options to be able to tuck it away. You can raise it up and tuck it away and turn it around, but with the monitor that I have right now, I can't do that. So the best I can do is just kind of rotate it in or rotate it out just to have it not in my face. And right now that's not an ideal solution for me, albeit it's a temporary one. But something like this, once I've folded it up, I can completely forget about it. But the different access points on this arm itself give you a lot of different options in terms of how you can set it up. Right now I have it in a little bit of a low profile setting. The first part of the arm that attaches directly to the base, it only has maybe about a 15-20 degree axis. I'd almost like to have seen this be able to go right down flat, because then you can make this a proper low profile arm. But I worked around it. I actually bent the first part back, then the second part down so it could go underneath the monitor, then the third part up on an angle so it would come more towards my face, and then I used this axis to be able to manipulate it that last little bit. And now here you have more of the standard high profile layout. So now I have the first part of the arm going straight up and then just angling it, and down. And you can shape this any which way you want depending on where things are. It can go between your monitors or anything like that. And if you had a shotgun mic that you were using for your setup, you could actually set this up at the back of your desk and manipulate this to bend forward, and then have the shotgun coming as close to you as humanly possible without getting on your camera. And the last thing I really enjoy about this arm is how sturdy it is. It can hold up to about 3.5 pounds. So any microphone you put on this thing, it's going to be able to hold it. It's not going to sink at all. I have that problem even with this one when I put a heavier microphone on it. So to have something like this, great to have in your arsenal. Now let's talk price, because when I said this was a budget mic arm, I didn't mean it was something like newer, which would cost you about $25. This mic arm right now on Amazon is $79.90 US. And as of this recording, there was an $11 coupon. So you can actually get this for about 68 bucks right now, which is really good. You can find the link to this arm down below in the description. It's actually an affiliate link, so it does help support the channel if you decide to get it. But what do you think about this mic arm? Let me know down in the comments, and let me know what would be the ideal mic arm for you. What does it need to have to be the best for your setup? That's going to be be it for this video, but why don't you check out either of these videos? If you're gonna get a mic arm, you might as well have a mic. Until next time, gang, let's get to work.